My name is Janae, and welcome to my MS life. So, what is MS? MS stands for multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 2018, February of 2018 to be exact. But we'll go into a little bit more detail about that date. So, what is it like to have MS? Weakness, sometimes blurred vision, loss of balance. I am tripping all the time. Tripping all the over air. If I even think about, you know how they say some people can't walk and chew bubble gum? That's me. I am she. That is me. Slurred speech. I don't necessarily deal with that. I have had my moments. But I don't, that's not a regular thing for me. Tremors, yes. Tremors in my hands, in my legs, numbness all the time. That is a constant thing for me. My hands and my toes are numb as we speak. Extreme fatigue, yes. Eyes be tired all the time. I be tired. Memory and concentration problems. Concentration, that comes and goes for me. Memory, I can't remember nothing. I can remember what hurt me. I can remember who made me mad. I can remember who owed me $1. But memory, yes, definitely a thing for me. Mood changes, not so much. Just not so much for me. Dizziness, I do have my moments. I do have my moments where I am dizzy. And I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking for every person who has MS. Each individual person with MS, it is completely different. Not to get off topic, but when I was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I know quite a few people who are in the medical field, whether they are a part of cleaning staff or if they're actually a doctor, from one end of the spectrum to the other. I know quite a few people, and everybody had an opinion. And the funny thing is, none of them went to school to specialize in multiple sclerosis. So one thing I can really appreciate about my beautiful, wonderful, lovely doctor that I have, my neurologist, who has, oh my gosh, helped me so much. One thing she said to me, this is a learning experience for you. This is your new normal. Your body will tell you what you can and cannot do. Listen to it. Listen to your body, okay? If you have MS, you hear me? You listening? Listen to your body, not to the person next to you, because they don't have MS. And even if they do have MS, that is how MS is treating them. That is how they are handling MS. Do what works for you. Listen to your own body and not the person next door. Moving on. Okay, so what causes MS? What causes multiple sclerosis? There's not a real known cause of multiple sclerosis. Research points to a combination of things, and that can be whether you have a history of MS in your family, obesity, smoking, vitamin D deficiency. If you see me keep looking down, that's because I've written some notes and did a little additional research outside of what I already knew. So that's what I'm looking at. I even saw past concussions. Didn't see too much about that outside of that, but yeah, evidently that, I guess from research studies that have been done, that has played a part as well, or for some people. for some people, not for everybody, but for some people that has played a part. Who gets multiple sclerosis? Well, it ain't a cold. I ain't passing you the ball so you can make that layup. That's not what we doing. That's not how you get multiple sclerosis. So MS occurs most often, surprisingly, in women, it says. But you know what I really think? You know, men don't go to the doctor. Men don't go to the doctor. So we're on the scale more, I feel. This is what I feel. I feel we're on the scale more because we the ones that be going to the doctor all the time. You know a man. If they are not made to go to the doctor, most men, not all. If they're not made to go to the doctor, they ain't going. They ain't gonna figure it out until the pain goes away. So it's sad that it's most common in women, but who knows? But most people are diagnosed with MS between the ages of 20 and 50. How old was I when I was diagnosed with MS? Okay, I'm 35 now. Oh, I'm gonna be 36, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be 36 this year. So, yeah, like I said, I was diagnosed in 2018. So y'all do the math, okay? I do math at work all day long. I can't do it right now, okay? So, how is multiple sclerosis diagnosed? Okay, so there's not a particular test specifically for diagnosing someone with MS. So a small little story time on how I found out that I was diagnosed with MS. You ready? Get you a glass. I got my glass right here. Because I'm going to need you to sip on what I'm about to give you. Years ago, I knew a guy, or I still know this guy. He is known for saying and living by, stress will kill you. Stress will kill you. No stress. If you can't control it, if you cannot change it on your own, if you cannot change the situation, because you can only change and control you, don't let it stress you, because stress will kill you. Stress is how I found out that I had MS. So, you ready? I am divorced, but once upon a time I was married, okay? So, during that time period, it was a very rough and rocky marriage. We had good times, but the marriage overall was rough and rocky. So let's speed it on up to 2018. In 2018, February to be exact, February the 12th. Yeah, February the 12th, 2018. It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday. I was preparing an order for a customer. It was one of my customers' birthday, and I was making her cake, and I was making some berries for her, some dipped strawberries. Oh, I cater, and I do little sweets and treats and all of that stuff, all that jazz. So that's what I was doing. Okay. So that day, I found out that my husband at the time was cheating on me yet again. Yes, I said again. And confronted him about it, and it got really, really nasty. So in my mind, I said, okay, I can't deal with this right now because I got an order to fulfill. This lady paid good money, so I'm gonna give her her money's worth. And she loved it. She loved everything. So as that morning was going, I could feel that my body was feeling different. And my body had been feeling different for a while. And I honestly just thought it was the mattress. I thought that I was having issues with my back, which turned out to be the MS hub. I thought I needed a new mattress. I got mattress pads, pillows, and all that kind of stuff, all that jazz, trying to fix a problem that wasn't fixable. So again, going back to that Saturday, my body was feeling different. I knew that something was different, something wasn't right, but I had this order to get out, and I got it out. So from the time that I loaded everything up into the car, and me, my ex, and my child, we get in the car to take it to her. It's not even 5 miles away from where we were staying to where it had to be delivered. My body locked up and I could not get out of the car. So my ex and the lady's son, my customer's son, they got everything out of the car, took it into the restaurant, and we dipped on out. So from being in the parking lot of that restaurant to making it to the interstate, which is not even an 18th of a mile away, my body had turned into a surfboard. Yes, and when I say surfboard, my hands were stuck like this, my feet were stuck like this, my body was straight. My body was completely straight, stiff as a board. And I started having a panic attack because I didn't know what the heck was going on. So imagine somebody in your car, imagine being in the car, you are in a position as if you're laying down, your body is lifted up off of the seat because that is just how straight you are. I am scared out of my mind. My ex asks as if he could care less. My child is on the back seat. Mama, you okay? What's going on? My ex isn't doing anything. So as I'm gasping for air, I'm telling my ex to call a friend of mine who works at one of the nearest hospitals. Call her. I believe she's at work today. Let her know that we're on our way. Please take me now. Take me now because this isn't right. So we get there. And I get taken right on back. I'm seen immediately. They thought that it was just an anxiety attack. So they gave me a shot of whatever it was that they gave me, and I was high as a kite. I was higher than a giraffe's twat, okay? I was high. So my body relaxed. I was back physically normal, so to speak. My body wasn't locked up. I was able to sit up. I was able to stand up a little bit. One of the doctors by this time, I had been there for hours now, and a doctor comes in to see me again, and she's talking to me, and my body is starting to do the exact same thing that it had did earlier that day. And she's like, stand up. I said, I can't. She said, no, try and stand up. I said, I can't. So she, helps me swing my legs around, and I try to stand up, and I almost hit the floor. Thankfully, she caught me, and she is watching my body slowly turn into a surfboard again. This is what my hands are doing. It was the craziest and one of the scariest experiences I have ever encountered. Okay, so once she saw it for herself, she said, okay, let's get back in the bed. I'll be right back. They admitted me. So this is a time frame between 11 o'clock a.m. on February the 12th to when they admitted me. I believe it was maybe about 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. If it wasn't 6, it was 8, but it was definitely after 5. We're gonna say between 6 and 8 o'clock. that Saturday night. And yeah, that was that. Got admitted later on that night. After they've put me in a room, I had my first MRI ever. I had my first MRI where they put me in the little chamber and they put the little cover over me. I was able to have headphones on. They asked me what I want to listen to. I said, I don't care, because I went to sleep. Then that went on for about an hour, 2 hours. I'm gonna say 2 hours. It went on for about, because every MRI that I've ever had has been at least 2 hours. So I'm gonna say about 2 hours. That was that night. And then that Sunday, the next morning, it was before 12, they gave me another round of MRIs. And Sunday evening is when they came to me and said, you definitely have MS. Once we injected you with the contrast dye, I believe is what it's called, you lit up like a Christmas tree. And so the doctor is showing me all these images of active and inactive lesions on my brain, my spine, and down my neck. Yeah, in my neck. So brain, neck, and spine. Yes, showing me all of this, and I'm like, wow. And we're going over symptoms, different things that could have happened while I was a kid that I didn't pay any attention to, things that could have happened while in my adult life that I did not pay attention to, that were signs that I had MS, which was, for me, we just thought I was clumsy. It wasn't nothing for me to fall. It wasn't nothing for me to fall. It wasn't nothing even now for me to fall, forget something, just, simply not remember you. Yeah, so, that was that day. That was when I was diagnosed. So, yeah. That was me. That was me. Okay. So, but, I do know other ways that you can get diagnosed if you don't have an MRI right away as fast as I did. They can pull spinal fluid. What they do with it, I don't know. How it works exactly, I do not know. But I do know that they can pull spinal fluid, and something with that spinal fluid can let them know whether or not you have MS. And I do remember my doctor, my current doctor, telling me, I'm so glad that you didn't have to have that done, because the, I guess you could say, recovery from it is not nice. It's not long, but it's not nice. They say the migraines from it is horrible. And I deal with migraines now. And if it's worse, if the migraines are worse than what I encounter on a monthly basis, I want no parts. I want no parts of it. So that's my little story time. If you want more on that, comment down below. Comment down below. And let me throw in there, like, comment, and subscribe. And share this with anybody else that you may know that has MS. Okay? Baby, I got some stories for you. Okay? Ambulance rides, pulling up on folks, Yes. But I digress. I digress. Okay, so what is a multiple sclerosis relapse? Some people call them attacks, or flare-ups, but that basically happens when new symptoms just all of a sudden appear, and old symptoms either worsen for a long period of time, or for just simply more than 24 hours. And they can last from several days up to several weeks. So how do I know if I'm having a relapse? Again, I'm going to go back to what my doctor said. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your body, because those symptoms can come and go. You may feel worse than normal. And if you do too much, if you do too much or if you get too hot, oh my gosh, if I get hot, my body locks up. My body locks up if I get too hot. If I get too hot, my body acts a fool. If I do too much, people tell me I do too much all the time. But what their too much is for me is not what too much is for me, if that makes sense. But because when I have done too much, I can't do nothing. I can't do anything else. I have been sat down. MS will sit me down. It will sit me down. So yeah. So I have to tell myself, pace myself. If you have MS, I will suggest, I'm not gonna tell you, but I will suggest that you pace yourself as well. Because again, I was only diagnosed in 2018. So I'm still learning my body. I'm still adjusting to my new normal. So if you've had it for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it's still an ongoing learning experience. So just listen to your body. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, because I don't like when people tell me what to do. But I will say, just listen to your body. Listen to your body. What do you do if you have a relapse? Contact your doctor. Not WebMD, not Google. Contact your doctor. Don't call your mama, even though she make a good chicken noodle soup. Don't call your friend, even if they have a good listening ear. Call your doctor. That's what you pay them for. That's what they went to school for. So call your doctor. Okay. I would also encourage creating or trying your best to develop a good relationship with your doctor. I absolutely love my doctor. I do. I love her to pieces. I'll actually be seeing her in a couple of days. And I'm going to take you all along with me for that. But I love Miss Amanda. I love her to pieces. I don't know how many times I've already said that in the video, but I can't emphasize it any more than I already have. I absolutely adore her. I really, really do. I digress again. Okay, so how's multiple sclerosis treated? For me, they have multiple ways. They have multiple ways of helping you manage. Multiple ways of helping you manage MS. For me, I do a chemo treatment that I don't have to do on a monthly basis. Some people do something on a monthly basis. Some do it on a quarterly basis. I had my first round of chemo. Okay, the chemo drug that I take or do is, how would you say that? Take, do, use, I don't know. But anywho, is Lemtrada. That is, I'm actually a part of a study with Lemtrada. I had my first round of chemo in 2019, January 2019. And it was a 5-day stretch. And day 1 was fine. Day 2 was okay. Day 3, I was hugging the toilet, wishing I could throw up, and I could not. Day 3 was probably the roughest. Day 4 was a little bit better. Day 5, I was all right by day 5. The days afterwards, I was tired. yeah, I was mostly just tired. The following year, 2020, I had to do 3 days instead of 5. And those 3 days were a breeze. The second day, after not having to do chemo, I wasn't hugging the toilet, but I was close by one because I felt horrible. I felt horrible. I felt horrible. And I did not. And the crazy thing is, I went back to work. Because it was a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That Friday. No, that Saturday, did I get up and drive to Texas? I believe I did. My best friend lives in Texas. I believe that Saturday I got up and drove to Texas. That Saturday morning I got up and drove to Texas. Sunday I was out there all day in Texas and came home on Monday. Again, I live in Mississippi, so from Mississippi to, she lives in Houston, that's about a 6-hour drive from where I was staying at the time here in Mississippi. So it wasn't a bad drive, but baby, this Sunday, it was kind of rough. I couldn't let her see it though, because that's my bestie. She's 2 years older than me, so that's big sis. That is my, if you seen this, I love you, girl. But yeah, I couldn't let her see it. I wonder if she even remembers it. I don't know. But anywho, came back that Monday, went to work that Tuesday, and I was falling asleep at work. I remember one of the ladies talking to me, and she said, "Did you just go to sleep?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe." Yeah. It was rough. I'm not gonna do that again. 21, did not have to do chemo. 22, did not have to do chemo. This is 2023. I may, and this is just me, I may not have to. So I'm gonna say I may have to do another round of chemo, because if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, I should have pulled out my papers, but if I'm not mistaken, you can go 3 to 5 years after your first 2 rounds. You can go 3 to 5 years before your next round. Something's been going on with my whole right side where it'll go dead. The entire right side will go dead. My face will droop as if I've had a stroke. My entire arm will be numb as if I've slept on it all day. My leg will go dead and feel like I have a 20-30 pound weight on it. But it's only on my right side. So I recently had an MRI, and y'all will see that in another video. And it's gonna be a whole vlog, but I recently had an MRI, and if I understood my results correctly, because I don't know if you are familiar with my chart. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know who all has access to my chart, or if it's available to everybody or whatnot. But I have my chart, and so the MRI images were sent to me and my doctor. So if I understood what I saw correctly, it's a possibility that I may have to do another round of chemo. But we'll see. If I do, I'm gonna take y'all along for the ride with me. So yeah. So if you've made it this far, thank you. Thank you for clicking. I hope that I was able to give some type of clarity, a little bit at least. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment box down below. If you know someone with MS, send this to them. If you have MS, definitely subscribe, because my main reason for starting this channel, and if you go and look on my bio page, I actually created this channel a long time ago, but I've just been so nervous about the possible naysayers that could come from doing this. But I said, what the heck? They gonna be there. They gonna be there. So again, if you know anybody with MS, or if you have MS yourself, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, talk to me, and I'm gonna talk back. And let's do this thing together. Let's do this thing together, because I am in survival mode, and I can truly say, and I definitely feel in my heart of hearts, MS has saved me. I was in a bad situation that I should have never even allowed myself to be in. But I am thankful for the experience, because the person that you see before you right now was molded under pressure by those situations that I was once in. So did I like it at the time? Did I like it at the time? No. Was I uncomfortable at the time? Absolutely. Would I change what I've been through? Not at all. Because again, that is what has molded me to the person that is talking to you today. So I think I'm gonna call y'all my MS lovers and friends. So if you would like to be a MS lover and or friend, again, hit like, share, subscribe, and come back so we can do it again. Y'all have a good one.